As Episode 2 of Season 2 of The Bad Batch continues to develop plot and characters for the remainder of the season, silence is utilized more, giving breath to all of the energetic music and action from the first episode. But there are still plenty of things to discuss. This is Star Wars Music Analysis.
Do it.
Episode 2 picks up with the plot and the music almost exactly where Episode 1 left off, as we would expect. But the opening, even before this, also had a short motif that sounded familiar as well. These short upward movements in the lower strings sound exactly like the music from A New Hope as Luke speeds back to the moisture farm. I can't really think of any connections between these two scenes that would cause Kiner to make this reference, but the music at the beginning of this episode certainly feels a bit out of place as it stands alone and then immediately vanishes again. Listen to it again and notice how it doesn't seem to serve a greater purpose to anything we see. I'd love all of your thoughts on this moment as well. Is it just me, or did this feel out of place for you as well? But there are also these brass attacks that are very similar to what Williams might have done in this moment, as the triplets and the trumpets have become a signature of the Star Wars music.
If they don't, we're all dead!
As the group begins sneaking around, short motifs of their theme begin playing again, just like in Episode 1.
Get down! Tech, did you reach the escape pods yet?
Not exactly. We are using an alternate mode of
But as night falls, silence takes over more and more. In fact, silence is constant through a large portion of this episode except for the transitions. This is a standard practice for film composers in transitions of scenes, that even if the scene before and after a cut are going to be silent, music is used in order to segue us from one place, time, and or character to another. It happens when moving from Wrecker and Hunter to Omega, Tech, and Echo, and then also when moving back again. The music in these moments ensures that we stay in a somewhat constant state of emotional tension while also keeping us emotionally engaged with the fiction on screen, even as something as unrealistic as a sudden cut to other characters occurs. See if you can find other places in Star Wars or other shows where this same trick is used. In the next scene, I love what Kiner does here. As Omega looks into the kaleidoscope, her theme plays, but in a very unique way. Kiner uses this sound that immediately reminded me of the high-pitched and attack and quick decay of a music box. It reflects Omega's remaining childlike fascination with things like this that almost evoke a sense of magical wonder, while also remaining innocent and a little magical in its own sense. She's literally a kid being amazed by a toy while in the midst of a war. It's a very surreal and kind of heartbreaking moment when you realize everything actually occurring.
Here, try that.
What is it?
Look inside.
There are jewels in here?
No, it's only reflected glass. It's an optical illusion.
Then it's not treasure?
Oh, for blast's sake. It's a toy. Makes you happy. And believe me, that is worth more than any jewel.
wasn't ours in the first place.
We would have made better use of it.
I am simply stating that without the funds from the war...
The ensuing skirmishes are accompanied by low rhythmic ostinatos reminiscent of the group's War March theme. The overall low energy of the music reflects the avoidance of a full-on attack by them as they avoid killing clone troopers and instead retreat and hide. It also foreshadows the upcoming action that will unfold though. This continues until Echo and Omega speak, discussing Omega's effect on the group as she begins to question and challenge her role with them when we hear this more tender, augmented, and legato version of the theme beginning in the strings. It's then taken up in the low brass as they escape the container and watch the jewels plummet out of reach. A short-lived sounding of Omega's theme comes through as she and Echo are pulled up from the cliff. It gets mixed in with the Bad Batch theme as the entire group is reunited. The music box music returns as Omega looks into the kaleidoscope again, which allows for a more tender heart-to-heart moment of reflection for her and Echo. But let me know what you think. What did you think of Episode 2? What was your favorite part, and what did you think of the opening riff in the low strings I mentioned before? Tell me in the comments below and let me know if I've missed anything. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of the galaxy far, far away, and check out my Patreon page using the link in the description. You can now join at the Erodia Ventifoley level to download new sheet music PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them. And as always, may the be with you.